Hello everyone and welcome to another live from the workshop. So today we are going to be starting off something a little bit different to what we've done before. Let me just move some stuff. Because we are going to be making, or I say I am going to be making something that is quite a passion close to my heart, as some of you may know. It is model railways, and I'm going to be today starting work on a N-gauge micro layout. So essentially, I've had this piece of board lying around for many years, and I've never done anything with it. As you can see, I've used it for cutting and painting and doing stuff on, but it's just been, I've had it for so many years and I've never done anything with it, so I thought it was about time I did. And so what I'm going to do, as I said, is create what is known as a micro layout. Now, a micro layout is essentially basically what it sounds. It's a layout on a small scale. I'm working in N-gauge because I have gotten used to working in N-gauge. I've done several different things and I actually quite like working with it. You can do a lot more in a smaller space. So essentially what I'm going to have is it's going to be an oval, but obviously we're going to have tunnels here and here. And then essentially it is literally just going to come out and around and then just go back and keep on a loop. And we're going to have a station here, two sidings, and we're going to have a road with some greenery as well. Very simple design, obviously, because I want to keep it nice and small and simple. First things first is I am going to build up this road piece here. Essentially what it's going to have is a tunnel mouth here, and then a brick wall, which will then slope down as we come towards the road here, which is going to come down and then come across to here. Over here we're going to have a level crossing. Obviously I appreciate that a level crossing right outside a tunnel is not realistic, it is not dangerous, but this is not a model railway, this is a train set. I'm not somebody who's bothered about saying, you know, oh well, that kind of rolling stock wasn't used on that kind of service until 1974. I don't get that. I really don't get that at all. It's a model railway, alright? It's a bit of fun. It doesn't need to be accurate. If you're the kind of person that tells me this is going to be inaccurate, then you should probably stop watching here, because this isn't going to be something you're going to enjoy. This is my model railway. I'm going to make it how I want. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to run on it what I want. So I don't care if health and safety dictates that I shouldn't have a level crossing outside a tunnel. We're going to have another tunnel mouth here, obviously, and then I'm going to have this extended off here. So we're going to have another slope here, and then we're going to have a slope coming down here, and then I'm probably going to have some trees and bits around and bits and pieces around there. So first things first, as I said, I've got to build up a wall at this end, so I'm going to get onto that first. Okay, so originally I planned to do this like a normal live from the workshop, in that I was going to do a time-lapse construction of things. Unfortunately, I tried to do the time-lapse for these parts, but due to the limited workspace I have here at the moment, I was actually doing more of it off-screen than I was on-screen. So unfortunately, there's not going to be sort of an actual time-lapse of construction, but what I am going to do is do this as a sort of step-by-step guide. So you saw it with the basic bits. Now I've got these bits on here, so I'm going to take you through how I've done this and what's gone on. Firstly though, this is just proof to everyone that it's worth pointing out to everyone and younger viewers, these things that I do do involve the use of sharp tools. In this instance, hot glue. I've given myself quite a large blister on my finger. Obviously when you're doing model making, you do need to be careful, because even a moderately grown man like myself can make mistakes. But, so to take you on to what I've done, all of this is made from card, as you can see, and then I've just layered it underneath with several struts to be able to put over the top. The stone effect card is just stone effect card bought from any model shop. I think it's the Metcalf ones that I've used. Again, you know, bought from any reputable model shop and things like that. So the next step is going to be to add in some paper mache, which is why I have newspaper here, just to soften off the edges of my hills, and then I can start doing that. And then once I've added those in, I'm going to start doing an overall paint of brown here. So this will be the undercoat of the grass eventually, and I'm also going to make a start on building the platform section here. So I'm going to get on now to doing the paper mache. Okay, so we have now finished the painting overall. Obviously it's quite rough, but it's supposed to be. It's not meant to be completely clean, and this is all going to be covered up anyway. So yes, done all the painting, and I've also started on the station building. This is, I say station building, it's going to be more sort of a depot, as you can see. I've basically just made this from leftover excuse me, leftover pieces of building models, previously built models. I can't speak today. And leftover stone backing, and again the same with the platform has just been made. So obviously I haven't stuck these down yet, but they will be once the grass is on and the station will be in place as well. So the next step for me is going to be to stick down all the grass and stuff, but at the moment I don't actually have any, so I've got to go out and buy some. For me, it could be a while before I update this again, but for you guys, you are going to see that in a second. But I think, off the top of my head, that is pretty much everything taken through it. I'm umming and ahhing about putting in some trees at the back here. I'm definitely going to add in a bit of fencing here, but the trees I might do just to add them in. And like I said, I'm thinking about adding some fencing in here and possibly along here as well. But as I said, the next step for me is going to be to glue on the grass, so I need to cut here, and you will see the set with grass right now. Okay, so we have had quite a bit of an update to this. So when we left off, I believe that I hadn't even added any of the grass yet. I could be wrong. It's going to be a bit odd, the fact that you're going to be seeing this only a moment ago, but for me it's actually been nearly a week. So apologies for me not reviewing the footage beforehand, but anyway. So, yeah, here is what we've got so far. So essentially the station building, the signal box, and the facade have all been built from scratch from spares. Well, in fact, all of this, tunnels and everything has been built from scratch from spares, but I just wanted to put it together. So I have had to order a couple of little bits, namely a fence to go along here and here. I did order some more grass, but it actually turns out that I had enough grass to be able to do this. So I considered adding a field backdrop here, and I'm still sort of considering adding it, but I want to put some trees along here so it might disguise it enough to be able to disguise it. So the next step, apart from adding in the trees and the fence, is actually going to be to start work on the track. Now, I do have, this is nearly falling over, some N-gauge flexi track, which can be bent into any shape. So essentially, I'm going to bend it into, gotta do it carefully, bend it into a curve, which is quite hard to capture on camera, but anyway, you get the idea. So that's going to be bent into a curve to be put from around the back to the front here. Obviously, I've already added in this little piece of track here, which isn't stuck down. This is just to give an idea of scale. And I've also dug out one of my locomotives, which is a Class 8 diesel, which I've just gone over with a spot of red paint here and there. This is probably what I'm going to run on it. The body is actually very loose. I do have an old Terrier steam locomotive, but it is very, very temperamental, and I have no idea if it even still runs. So this may be the one that I'm going to run on it. But it's still going to look good. So essentially, the next step is to start up with the track, obviously. It's the other thing that I have had to order is another set of points to go here. I did have some more, but unfortunately the actual pin that holds that lets you change the points was bent and broken, and unfortunately it just wasn't working, so I did have to order some new ones. So I've got to get those in, and then I can start work on fixing the track down. Once that's done, I'm going to start work on wiring in at the back, which is actually going to be really simple. I'm just going to use the old... if you've ever bought a Bachmann starter set, as you'll know, it comes with a wire that basically clips onto either side of the rails to supply power. That's essentially what I'm going to do back there, and it will essentially come round. I'm currently trying to find some buffers. I've got some old buffers somewhere which I'm going to add here and there, but just generally it's actually coming on very well. I'm very, very pleased with how it's coming together, and I certainly think it is going to be a great little set. At the time of building this, I am considering selling this when I'm finished, but whether I decide to do that or not, you'll have to continue watching, because for me, obviously, I'm saying I'm considering selling it now. By the time I actually come to finishing this, which you're going to see in a few minutes, it might have actually been a few weeks for me, and I might have decided not to sell it, so you'll have to wait and see. But as it stands, it's coming on very well. I'm very, very pleased and very happy with it. Okay, so that's all for today's episode. I actually planned to carry this on, but I didn't have an idea for my Wildcard Wednesday video, so I decided to do this as a part 1 of how it's going. The next step is going to be to fix the track down, and once I've done that, I can start work on the smaller details and the wiring, so that's what you're going to see in the next episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favourite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot, and I will see you all with another video very soon.